Ben Kuzma, what are you doing? Let me break this down for you from the Canucks media availability. I'm Clay Emo. I'm Canuck Clay. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, May the 1st. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. And don't forget, tonight, Sunday, 10 p.m., my live stream, my weekly Sunday night live stream. Hope you join me then. And also, because I talked about this yesterday, I'm doing my Ask Me Anything for this week for tomorrow. So today, after this video, go to my community tab and leave me a question for my Ask Me Anything vlog, and I'll get to it tomorrow morning for sure. So head over to my community tab and leave me a question. All right, the Canucks are holding their year-end media availability right now, where they bring out 3 or 4 players at a time. Media is allowed to ask them questions about their season, their plans for the summer, And it's the last time that we're going to see and talk to a lot of these players for the next 3 or 4 months or so. So the first group came out, and it was Horvat, Miller, Ekman-Larsson, and Chiasson. And as you can imagine, Horvat and Miller got most of the questions. Then the second group came out, a really star-studded group of Boeser, Pettersson, Hughes, and Garland. And the very first questions came from Ben Kuzma of the province, asking Brock Boeser about his season. And then Boeser was quick to admit that he did not play well, but there was some off-ice issues, some personal issues that were bringing him down and that were affecting him. And I think everyone knew that he was likely referring to his family, and in particular his dad, Duke, who is struggling with dementia. And then Kuzma asked a second question about Brock's performance, and then Brock took a while to answer it because you could tell he was still upset. He was thinking about the situation, what he talked about, alluded to in the first answer, and then he asked for a bit of time, and they said fine, and then he answered, and he did his best to answer that, how it affected him on the ice, and how much he wants to improve and be part of this team and be a part of the solution. All good. Then Ben Kuzma asked a third or fourth question. I can't remember. It's probably third or fourth, and basically said. He even qualified by saying, "I'm not sure if I should be asking this, but how is your dad doing?" And then Boeser paused for a long time. He said, "Not well," and then he was crying, wiping away tears, and then he got up and left, and he did not return to that segment. And then to follow up, then Thomas Drance tried to ask Quinn Hughes and Elias Pettersson's questions next. And they were so heartbroken for their teammate, for Brock. They were so shook up, emotional, that they could barely answer. In fact, Petey couldn't answer. I think he swore and he pointed to another player. And then Jeff Patterson, I thought was really professional, then pivoted to Connor Garland and with energy asked him a really strong hockey question. Thomas Drance's questions were fine too, to Pettersson and Hughes, don't get me wrong, but I think he just caught them in a bad moment, a tough moment. And then Jeff Patterson went to Connor Garland, and then that segment kind of picked up in energy from there. So I saw a lot of people in the live chat on Twitter, really, really upset at Ben Kuzma, and they were upset because they thought it was unprofessional. They thought that the fact that Brock was already showing signs that he was upset, emotional, maybe didn't want to talk about it, that Ben Kuzma shouldn't have gone there and shouldn't have doubled down basically on his question. Although his first question wasn't, what's going on in your personal life. To be fair to Ben Kuzma, his first question was, tell us about your season. And then Brock offered that it was tough off ice, but then Ben Kuzma did follow up on it. So my question to you Canucks fans is, was Ben Kuzma offside in asking that, or is this part of his job and he can't control the way the subject reacts? And before I talk about this a bit more, I want to make it very clear that I'm not aspiring to be a media member. You guys know this. I do this for fun. I get considered as media sometimes, but that's not what I'm trying to be. And I have a huge respect for almost all of the media. You guys know I've done Zoom interviews for the past 2 years where I've brought on a lot of media members onto this channel. So I have huge respect for them, the job they do, and the stories they tell, and how they're trying to make sure that we as fans, that's what I am, a fan, not a media member, as we as fans stay engaged with the team. So having said all that, I want to give Ben Kuzma a bit of a pass here because I really think that his question came from a good place. I think we can debate whether or not it was the right place, but I think Ben Kuzma's question came from a good place. He was genuinely concerned about Brock and Brock's family. I think that's okay. I really think we need to acknowledge that. I'm not a fan of Ben Kuzma's line of questioning. Usually, I think he takes a long time to get to his question. Maybe you guys are saying the same thing about me, but I think for this one, I think his heart was truly in the right place. However, I think the more important realization is you got to read the room, literally and figuratively. If Brock is already upset and it looks like it's going down this road, why double down on it? Why do it publicly? And of course, Ben Kuzma didn't know how Brock was going to react, and he wasn't trying to do this to shame him or anything like that. But I would love to see Ben just a bit more, a better read of the situation, a bit better intuition. And again, he's a 30-year, I'm sure he's an award-winning journalist. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. So I'm not at all saying that I'm better than Kuzma or that whatever. But I do think that maybe there was a lack of judgment there. I really do. And I think that's fair to say. That's what I know most people were saying. I was talking to my family about it, my wife Gail, and actually my family was saying that I guess it's tricky because do you ask personal questions in a press conference like this, or should it be hockey related? And should it focus on hockey, performance on the ice, although this affected his performance on the ice, and then maybe get to the personal stories privately, or not, for thousands to see on Twitter as it's going, so to speak, or hundreds to see. So it's kind of tricky because, like I said, I think Ben Kuzma's heart was in the right place, and his question was from a good place. But I think reading the room, and that was not the right way to go. That was not the right way to go. And for me, it just speaks to the human element of this team. Not only to see Brock so upset and not able to continue, you can tell the love he has for his dad and the concern he has for his dad. And that's a beautiful thing to see. But just as beautiful was actually to see his teammates' reaction, in particular Quinn and Petey, the way that they were so upset for him. And they weren't upset despite the other reporters. They answered the questions just fine, but they were naturally reacting to it and reacting to their teammate out of their love for him. So I will recap the rest of this media availability throughout the week, I think, or at least over the next couple of days. But for now, I just want to get your opinion. Is if you watched it or if you're listening to me explain it now, and I try to explain it as accurately as I could. I actually DM'd with one media member right after it, and I just asked him what the vibe was in the room, and this person wasn't throwing shade at Ben Kuzma at all, but said that maybe kind of what I said is maybe there's so much emotion in the room that maybe you don't go there first, and I thought that was a fair response from this media member. So Canucks fans, whether, like I said, like I was saying, whether you saw it happen or whether you just heard me articulate it right now, what do you think? Do you think Ben Kuzma was out of line in asking that question? Or do you think it's a fair question because we don't doubt his intentions and we think it was coming from a good place? I think it's a bit of both. I knew it was a tough question, but I didn't think it was the worst question, admittedly, when Ben asked it. But then when I saw the reaction, then I was like, oh, maybe that was wrong place or wrong time, or however you want to say it. So Canucks fans, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this. I don't want to blow it up in a big situation, but it certainly was the most telling, most pivotal, emotional, riveting part of this morning's press conference, at least the parts that I've seen. Shout out to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss, and Advanced City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. And to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame members, Jens95, Sim Alexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Brewfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSM Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, and Carol Bovenlander. Thank you for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about Ben Kuzma's questioning and the reaction from Boeser and his teammates. And don't forget to go to my community tab and leave a question for my Ask Me Anything for tomorrow. As always, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member or upgrade your membership if you'd like to, and leave a comment down below if you'd like to. If you made it this far, 9.5 minutes in, simply because I finished my exams, I finished my big church event last night, type the word freedom, because that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling free. Type the word freedom in the chat. That way I know you got to the end of this video. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.